What's going on, guys? It is day 4 of the Children Connection Communication Challenge. So today, lesson 4, and it's cutting through limiting or false beliefs that your children might have about you or in life in general. So we're going to go through some important points on dealing with these negative beliefs that they have, and these could come as a result of other people's influence, i.e. your ex, their parents, your parents, anyone else who, spends time around your children. Obviously, let's talk about influenced. So your kids are very influential, right? Or they're very easily influenced. And they're very easily influenced by the people that they spend their most time around, okay? So the more they spend time with someone, the more likely they're going to take on the traits, the beliefs, the thoughts, how they speak of those people. Like, it's just a fact. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and especially when your kids are young, they're like sponges, and they'd like to copy. They copy whatever they see, they will do. So very important to be aware of. So, these kind of negative or limiting beliefs that they might have about you or in life in general, we want to make sure that these are stopped as soon as possible, okay? Because these could cause like huge limiting beliefs in the future, like things like, so say for example your ex has been in there, so it could cause limiting beliefs in the future that, like, dad's not emotionally there for me, dad's a loose cannon, dad doesn't care, dad isn't a person to go to when things get tough because he's not like a good example. And that's not a great thing to have for your children. It's going to really put a divider in between you and them now, and that's only going to widen in the future unless we can try and get on top of it as soon as possible. Okay. So the skill. We want to gain trust from our kids, right? And we want to be able to maintain that connection. But we also want the skill of being able to open up the eyes of our children, right? We want the skill to be able to open new avenues of learning for them. We want to be able to be that provider of information and that wealth of knowledge, and be able to communicate that to them in a way where they are receptive and they go, oh yeah, do you know what? That's true. That makes a lot of sense, Dad. So we want to be a person who's able to learn that and able to enforce that, practice it every day. So how do we get there? So the thing about, any kind of influence that you want to have over people and any kind of change that you want to incite in someone else, it's got to start from a place of that person must respect you, because with respect comes influence. Think about it. If you don't respect someone's opinion, then, or them as a person, then what they say means literally nothing to you. Like, if you hate that person and you think they're stupid or whatever it is, then they could say you're a complete wanker and you're a bad dad, and you'd be like, mate, who the fuck are you? I don't like you. Go away. Do you know what I mean? But when people like, for example, Tony Robbins, right? He has a huge seminar of people like tearing up, and he's in there and he picks out someone in the crowd and he's like absolutely tearing the shit out of them about where they fucked up in their life. He can get away with it because people respect him. People respect him so much, they respect the things that come out of his mouth so much that they'd be willing to stand up in the middle of a packed audience, be vulnerable, and him be like, you fucked up here bad, you fucked up here bad, you fucked up here. Because they respect him. So how do we gain our children's respect? Especially if we don't see them as much as we'd want to ideally. So the thing is, respect is a two-way street. To get respect, we must give respect and we must earn it. So this is like one of the universal rules of life in general. And so we need to apply it here to our kids. So how do we get respect? We must lead by example, all right? And when we're leading, we do this by how we interact with other people when we're in front of our kids, how we talk about other people when we're around our children, how we respect ourselves as men, and how we interact with our children when we're there. So it's how we speak to them, it's how we treat them, and it's not going by the rules of not do as I say, not as I do, because it's not fair in their eyes to have one set of rules for an adult, for their parent, and one set of rules for them. From their perspective, they're just going to feel like unjust, unheard, and they're like, why does dad treat me like this? But if everyone has the same rules, then everyone gets the same respect. And we want to make sure that we're really enforcing this and being very aware of how we're coming across to our children, because that's going to be crucial to gaining that respect, We want to make sure that the time that we spend with our kids is punchy, right? It's engaging. They need to look forward to coming over. And to do that, you need to make sure that you're planning things to do with them, that you're not just making them sit around at the house and whatever it is. So you need to get out. You need to make sure that you're planning stuff. Yeah, they need to look forward to what's going to happen at dad's house. So we need to decide. We need to make the decision to be that person who is respectable, to be that person who leads by example and enforces the rules that he has for himself onto his kids. And so they need to be fair and just. And you need to make that decision in your mind that I am now going to be a person who deserves respect. And you're not coming at it from a place of like, I deserve respect because I'm a father. You deserve respect because of how you practice your actions and your rules every day. And with respect will come influence. And so when they are coming to you with these kind of negative beliefs, so if they've got this kind of seedling of, oh, daddy's not a good person, they'll listen to you and they'll be open to changing their thoughts if they respect you. All right, so it's really important. So the task for this lesson is I want you to write in the comments how you're going to lead by example. So where you haven't been doing it in the past. All right, so maybe it's you've been neglecting your own health but expecting your kids to be healthy. Maybe it's you have been you've been eating chocolate but they're not allowed to eat chocolate. Maybe it's around whatever it is. Like those things where you have one rule for you and one rule for them. So you need to be able to lead by example by how you treat people, how you talk to yourself, how you talk to your kids. And so I want to know what is that one thing that you're going to change today about how you are leading by example. So yeah, write it in the comments and see you in the last vid.